by the sound of your heartbeat. My soul is overwhelmed. I find it hard to be discreet. I feel your presence in the room. The way you're killing me is a murder. It's unheard of. Let's take the love imprisoned in us and let it go.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Table Team and welcome to your live Leeds United versus Fulham preview. We've got a special guest with me, Mally. How are you doing, Mally?
I'm good, Stuart, thank you. I'm good.
Good man.
We'll find out at 5 o'clock this afternoon if I'm any better.
Yeah, it's... I know, I just start looking forward to this one, Mally. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not.
I think majority of fans have had enough now. And it's a shame. Do you know what I mean? It's a shame because they need to get behind team, don't they? They need to get behind them.
It's difficult, isn't it, when you're on a losing run? It's not good.
We just, you know what I mean? I haven't spoken to you much since that Leicester game, and to be honest, I didn't want to because I didn't want to think about it. I'm trying to go into this game thinking that, you know, we're going to get something out of it, sort of thing. We've got to get something out of it. We must. And you know, that Leicester game, it was just, I think it was the manner of the defeat, really, what got to me. You know,
Personally, I put the blame on Marsh.
Do you?
I've got a theory. I can tell you what the theory is,
Go on.
and then I can spend 5 minutes explaining why I think what I do, or I can just tell you what the theory is, and wait for some comments to come back.
Right. Well, tell us your theory first.
Hey,
what's your theory?
My theory is that Marsh is trying to instigate a sacking.
What, at Leeds?
Can't hear you, Stu.
What at Leeds United?
I think he's trying to instigate being sacked.
Why?
Well, a number of reasons. It's been going on for a few weeks now. Have you ever noticed his press conferences? When he's having his press conferences, his neck's all, well, this side, it's all red. And he's always scratching it, and he's always, you know, thinking. Now, to me, that's one or two things. He's either allergic to washing powder or he's stressed out to eyeballs. Now, if he's stressed out and he's going home to his loving family and he ain't able to switch off, and his wife's saying, "Come on, Jesse, if this is what it's doing to you, pack it in. Let's go back to America." Blah, blah, blah. And he knows that he can't walk because he'll lose his payout. So what's he got to do? He's got to instigate being sacked. And how does he do that? He goes on a losing streak. How can he do that? By playing a weakened side, by making some very strange substitutes, by taking his best players off. This has been going on for weeks. This isn't just the Leicester game where he's taken Sinisterra off and Aronson and replaced him with Titch and whoever he feels like it. You know, to me, this has been going on for a long, long while. And I think, personally, I hope I'm wrong. I'll have a better idea today when I see his starting lineup, how he plays it, and if he plays a strong lineup, makes some understandable substitutes, and we win the game, then I'll take everything back. But if he plays a crazy lineup, makes some weird substitutes, and we lose the game, then I'll stand by what I say. It may sound stupid, but that's just how I feel.
I mean, I have noticed in the press conferences been looking more rejected and more drained, if that makes sense. He hasn't got that cheeky, chappy meaner about him, has he?
Yeah, well, his last press conference only lasted 5 minutes, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, all right, Darren.
Good. Unfortunately, I'm going out today with my family. Hope you have a nice time, Nashi. He's going for a 2-0 Leeds win.
Yeah,
love your optimism.
And Darren's in.
Hey, Darren, mate. Evening all. Bugger me your prime time for me in Bangkok. It's a week. I tell you something, Mally. It's a week. It. When you told me yesterday that you had a conspiracy theory, right? Yeah. I'll be really honest with you, mate. I was thinking, what could it be? And I didn't expect that.
No,
because normally you're pretty, normally, remember that time when it was the transfer window and normally I was losing it and you were calm, cool and collect and stuff. I thought you were going to turn around and say something like, you've got a theory that the board don't want to spend any money because they know that they're selling club and they want to pocket as much as they can.
Right. Well, mentioning board, what could exacerbate Marsh's thinking is he's had to defend the board by saying Dan James went out for football reasons, where initially he said Dan James had to go out so that we could bring somebody in. He didn't get his striker. He didn't get his left back. He had to make out that Firpo were good enough. So he's had to defend the board. And I think all this is, I just think it's building up. And I think he wants out, but he wants his pay packet as well. So if the club sack him, they've to compensate him for his contract. So I don't think he'll walk, but I think he'll instigate getting the sack.
You see, I was thinking other way. I was thinking maybe Marsh. Michael, mate, the board won't have the same patience and loyalty to Marsh than what they had with Bielsa if the poll results continue. Marsh's plan, start with an experimental side, go behind, bring on subs, and then that should have been starting. And finally, take off our best player for the ones who are struggling.
Which is what I'm thinking is his plan, Harmony. I think it's deliberate. Nobody in the right mind. Sinisterra, if stayed on, he was his best player. He was the closest to coming to score. Why would you take him off? Why did he not start Harrison? What's going through his head? What's... I don't know. It just seems a bit strange to me. He's not being consistent with his starting 11. It just seems a bit strange. I think he's wanting out. And, for reasons that I've mentioned. I hope I'm wrong. But it just seems a bit bizarre to me.
Yeah, it's. Look, I was thinking about what team selection he could go with for a while. Since Friday, I think it was when I started thinking. I thought maybe if he goes to 4-2-3-1 formation, you fall with, if Pascal's available, Pascal, Koch, Cooper, Aronson. Your two front of them is Adamson, Rocker. Your midfield of Sinisterra, Aronson and Harrison, and Bamford up top. That's the side I'd go with. It's the strongest side that we can go with. We have to play with some width. I mean, I know you say that we play with width, but everything seems to be down the middle. It's like a funnel. You know,
I
we've
don't
got
know.
week for the start, and then it goes right now to win. It's like a bloody
Yeah.
funnel, man.
I don't know.
Good
man.
evening, good afternoon, Ian. Hope you're doing well. What we watching the game on, lads? I'll be listening to it on radio. Joshua, what about you, Mally?
Yeah, likewise.
Last year I rated Joe Cresswell when he played. Where is he now? He's at Millwall, but he ain't even getting a start for Millwall, is he?
I think he got a start last night. I think
Did
he
he
had.
get a
I
start?
think he had an assist last night.
Brilliant. We need him back though. I don't understand why we let him go out on loan.
I don't understand a lot of things, but go on. Do you want to go through comments, Stu?
Darren Higgins says, saying evening. Hi, Alison. Love, hope you're doing well. Going down to Millwall. Hi, Darren. Are you watching the game on, pal? Afternoon, pal. Good morning, afternoon, guys. Afternoon, Michael. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Hamani, hi. Least Joe Minute can't score against us. Dan James. Yeah.
True,
Score predictions,
true.
1-1. Ooh. I don't think that'll be enough, Alison, to save you.
I won't accept that. I won't accept anything less than 3 points.
And a convincing 3 points as well. Amani, thank you. Oi. Bamford is not fit enough. He was off the pace against Leicester. I would have given Joffrey and Gonto a go. Well, Gonto played in under 20 once, didn't he?
He got half a game.
He played 45 minutes.
Yeah.
He played 45 minutes for under 21. So
I'd swap Nonto, Perkins, and Joseph for Joffrey, Rodrigo, and Bamford.
You would,
because they're not doing it.
Well, can I just share you? Hang on a minute, so let me get it up for you. Can I just share my screen with you? This is what I threw this up this morning.
No, it's not Michael. He's not eligible to play against his parent club.
That's wrong one, isn't it? Hang on. Sorry about that.
Your sound keeps going in and out. Is anybody else having trouble with Stuart's sound, or is it just me? Because I don't know if it's my headphones or if it's Stuart's mic. Can somebody just clear it up for me?
Yeah, let's have a look, see comments. Is Dan James eligible? No, he's not, mate. No, thank God. Alison, I put 50 quid on him to run out of the crowd, kick Marsh, then run onto the pitch, scored a 30-yard screamer for them. Ref looks bemused, but as to allow it, laugh out loud.
And that ends up in Marsh getting sack harmony. Just to make your day.
Well, this is what I put together for you, Mally. Right, it's form for his last 6 matches. Unfortunately, Leeds United are 20th in form table.
The what? Bottom? Yeah, that's about right, is that?
It's 2 wins have come against Fulham.
I can't hear you, mate.
I wonder if it's your headphones because nobody else has set up.
No, I'm just waiting for some comments in comment section if anybody else is having trouble hearing you. You just keep going on and off, in and out. I
don't know what it is. I've changed microphone and everything. Yeah. Off to get a Sunday lunch and take it to my nan's. Now she doesn't get out like she used to. Well, that's nice to hear, Ian. Good man. Can everyone else hear me okay, or is it just Mally's cheap red headphones? What a problem?
I can hear you bulk at time. It's just every so often you just disappear.
Right. So getting back to this, Mally. Right.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Get rid of them.
All right, let's try that.
Is that better for you?
I can't hear it all now.
There you go. Darren Higgins, you're loud and clear here, Stu.
That's better.
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Yeah, I've just turned it off the Bluetooth and put the auxiliary socket in, see if that's any better.
So, as we were saying, Mally, right, he bet Wolves 2-1. He were lucky to get that because it were an own goal. What gave us lead in that game.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Chelsea, I thought we were fantastic against Chelsea. I won't lie, I thought we were really good.
I thought we caught Chelsea on a bad day.
Well, I sent the manager lately, not long after, didn't they?
Yeah. I think the Chelsea of today would batter us.
You know, he's had 22 matches as Leeds manager, won 6, drawn 6, lost 10. Goals scored 24, goals conceded 34.
It's bad, isn't it?
It's not brilliant, is it? It's not brilliant. All good on hearing Stu today, makes a change. Thanks, my man, love.
Yeah, it could be my Bluetooth going in and out. Because it's been all right since I've put the lead in.
So that's his wretched run, I'm afraid. That's his wretched run. I said before that Leicester game we needed to win the next two, including Leicester. If he changes his formation, that tells me it's in a panic.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. I mean, why did he take Cock and Rocker off? All right, Rocker made the mistake. Cock put it in back of his net. If Cock can't have put it in back of his net, it would have tapped in anyway.
Yeah.
So, did he take him off to please the fans?
Well, it didn't please fans, did it? Because they started to get irate from them substitutions made, didn't they?
Yeah, it's strange. Do you think the board already have somebody lined up? It won't surprise me. It was stupid if they didn't.
Yeah, but who would have taken?
I was saying that to you last night when I asked you.
I don't know who we'd go for. I still don't know who we'd go for. Humanity. After when Stewie's solo, I brush up on my lip reading. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Yeah, but they have to. They have to have someone lined up. They have to, because if they don't, they're fools.
Absolutely.
You see, I had this horrible thought yesterday. I was thinking, if these 49ers is that serious about buying Leeds United, they would have had an influence of Marsh beat manager, won't they?
You would imagine so.
Right. What happens if they go in a board meeting with the 49ers? Because Radzali can't just sack this manager. They'll have to go through them as well.
Of course.
And say to them, right, run about sacking Marsh. What happens if he turns around Mally? If the 49ers say, no, we want to keep Marsh?
Then Radzali turns around and says, right then, get your money out. What you're offering me.
If he gets that straightforward.
Yeah. I mean, does Radzali have the final say at the end of the day? The 49ers,
this is it.
They don't seem to be getting involved in it, do they? They're like silent partners. You know, I reckon if Marsh went, it'd be another American.
Do you think?
Didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Nope. Can anybody else hear Stuart? Please tell me.
Everyone can hear me, I think, Mally. So long as it's not Daesh, then so long as it's not Daesh or Big Sam, Dirty Sanchez, hiya, Dirty Sanchez. I hope you're doing well. I'm buying goals here. Can see chaos.
I can see chaos if we lose.
Can you hear me now, Mally? I can hear both of you loud and clear, mate.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my headphones off. And the problem is, if it comes through my laptop, will I get echo through mic? Because my mic. Let's have a listen and see. See how it goes.
See if that's any better. Is that any better for you, Mally?
Little striptease.
Is that better?
God blame me. Can hardly hear you at all. What
Everyone can hear me.
Going on. Let me turn volume up. Try that.
Yeah, see if that's any better.
You're coming out of my speakers. Let me turn. You're coming out of my headphones.
Disconnect.
Power off. Power off. Right. Try again. Right,
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right, good. Bielsa was stubborn. This clown march is obstinate, single-minded, and actually quite preserves a rigidity, sticking to being clueless. He only knows one way to play, and it does not work at all. It's the mash. It's that. See, they call it the Red Bull, don't they? The Red Bull style of football and stuff like that. But
I don't know. I don't think there's a great deal of difference between Marsh and Bielsa.
Don't you?
I don't see a great deal of difference, apart from Marsh being willing to change it, whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision. He changes it. Bielsa didn't change anything. Very, very rarely.
I feel. Do you know what? Right. I mean, I'm sat at home watching, listening and watching games. The people who I feel sorry for, Mally, is the fans as well who go. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Who have to pay to watch that football.
Yeah, it's like they're being conned. Yeah. Weird. I'd be fuming if I were season ticket holder. Oh, my shirt's doing me head in. You see it? Can you see it?
Yeah, this time, Mally, this time it's not me who's cocking up. That's better. There you go. You got your lights on.
I've just put my light on my shirt.
That looks a million times better. There you go. You look good, Mally.
It's the fabric. It's
white. You can see through it.
Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Message made it out, but not the Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, what would you do if you were Marsh today, Mally? You're fighting for your job. What would you do?
Well, because I'm chasing getting sack, I'd put Bamford in goal, Millier at right back, and I'd have Harrison and Aronson as my centre backs. My left back would be Sinisterra. And then I'd just leave rest to play wherever they want and do your own thing, lads. Just don't lose. Otherwise I'm going to have to sub you and bring Tea Lady on.
That's if he's chasing sacks. So what about if he's chasing to save his job? How would you change formation?
Yeah, the formation picks itself. Yeah. It's either 4-2-4 or 4-2-1, 4-2-3-1. I don't know. I'm torn between Rodrigo and Bamford.
Bamford's injured. Bamford's not fit, mate. Not injured, sorry, he's not fit. Bamford's not fit.
Well, I'm torn between them two. The
You've got to
others,
start Bamford over Rodrigo, look, surely.
I don't know.
A half-fit
Or
Bamford's better than a fully fit Rodrigo.
he seems to love Somerville, so do you drop Bamford and Rodrigo and have a front four of Harrison, Sinistera, Aronson, and Somerville? I don't know. I don't know. I ain't a clue. I ain't a clue what he's trying to do. So I've no idea what I'm trying to do.
It's really that bad, isn't it? It is really that bad, isn't it? Let's be honest.
He don't know his best 11 yet. And we're bloody 10 games in. It really does my head in. I was fuming after the last game. So what the hell? What? The decisions that he made, I just didn't understand them. Just didn't understand them.
See, I don't want to. See, I don't want. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep calm, cool, and collect and stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to think of, you know, nobody. True. Every Leeds fan truly wants to see this manager do well, because if the manager's doing well, the team's doing well. And
I don't know. It's turning, isn't it?
But that's because we're not doing well, Mally. That's because we're not doing well.
The crowd's turning. And it's first time he's experienced it. And he obviously don't like what he's seeing, but he deserves it. Because he's making some strange calls.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He's looking bemused, isn't he? He's looking bemused, and like he says, I don't think he's enjoying it anymore.
I don't think he is.
I think he's realised that maybe that step up from Bundesliga to Premier League is just too big of a step for him.
So it's too much for him.
You know, and I'm not saying that he's a bad person or all. Just maybe it's just too much of a big step for him. See, I don't know what the answer is.
If he's not getting the backing of the board, because at the end of the day, all they spent was Rafinha and Phillips' money. They didn't spend any Premier League money.
Well, I think it was Brownie on with Connor on that debrief program. Brownie said, if Phillips and Rafinha would have stayed at Leeds, how much money would we have spent in summer?
About zero.
So you see, but this is my point. It's like it does. I'm all for running a club the right way, which we are. But no, you can't go on like this, can you? You can't bring in cheap players and hope for best to make a profit on. Don't work.
Do you want to go through comments, Stu?
Yep, of course I will. Hi, Paul. Hope you're doing well, mate. Right, I am leaving, flying to Sweden or other places in Europe to watch my lovely Jordans. No expectations, and we are overachieving. It is so much more relaxing compared to Leeds.
That's because you're not expecting it, innit, Harmony? You know, if your expectations are low and they're playing above them expectations, then of course you're going to enjoy it. The thing is with Leeds is their expectations are high, so the fans they're starting to turn now.
Everybody's saying hello to each other, and then Amani says, I don't want to attend Leeds games at the moment. Toxic, awful to watch, and I don't trust myself not to leap over the crowd and slap Marsh.
You'll get a red card.
Yeah, you would. I wouldn't advise you to do like Amani, but he's lost that cockiness as well, Mally. In his, in his press conferences, that cockiness has gone.
It's lost all his confidence. His confidence is rock bottom. You know what I mean? Getting a red card, getting fined. He most likely thinks the whole world is against him.
But it is because his tactics are inept.
The only thing that's against him is himself. He's creating the problems. You know.
Yeah, but Mally, can you blame Marsh for the errors what our players are making on pitch?
No, you can't blame him for the individual errors.
That's what I mean.
But you can blame
like
him.
Rodrigo giving ball away to Saka against Arsenal. He almost did it again against Leicester. The own goal from Koch, that isn't down to Marsh, is it? To be fair.
No. But the team selections and the substitutions are.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, his substitutions are really, really baffling and
They're weird.
amusing, if I'm honest.
They're absolutely weird.
Even I won't make them sort of substitutions, and I'm daft. Do you know what I mean?
It's mad. It just don't make sense.
All I can think of is that he was protecting Sinisterra for this game, thinking that Leicester game had already gone.
No, I don't believe it. I don't think Sinisterra needs any protection. Aronson. Why bring him off? Why? I don't understand I don't understand it.
You have made me think though about is he wanting him?
I think he's angling for it. Are they over or under trained now? I don't think they'll be overtrained.
No. I think we're still running about as much as and closing down as much as what we ever have done.
Yeah.
But it's the mistakes in the game. It's the lack of. It's the lack of. Manchester. You see, You see this right. I've always said that. Nonto's not Premier League proven. I'm not. I can't talk about Nonto because I haven't seen him play. But that's just it, though, isn't it? We need to see him play so we can make a judgment on him.
I mean, Marsh must know that Bamford's not going to score, and Rodrigo at the moment, he must know they're not going to score. That's why he's playing them.
And when it did, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Bamford come on in second half? The Leicester game, did Bamford start the game?
I think he started again, didn't he?
But then got brought off.
Yeah. He does them things to distract us from being clueless. Wants to come across as a bit of a lad to appeal to the fans. It does the opposite though. It's an American thing.
You see, I watched the game on Amazon Prime. And Alan Shearer, commentator, co-commentator.
Yeah.
Now, he'll know by looking at a striker. He'll know by his position with a striker, and he'll know by his runs and stuff. And he said that Bamford's nowhere near match fit. He's nowhere near it.
No.
Now, so the problem I think Marsh has got is Marsh must know this as well, that he's nowhere near match fit. So do you play him, risk it, or do you go a bit wild and bring in Perkins?
I'd go wild and bring Perkins and Joseph in.
He's got another hat-trick, didn't he, though, Joseph?
Yeah, and kids are on fire.
That's his third hat-trick at season, under 21s.
Yeah, they're on fire.
I know it's a big step up, but he knows right back at net is.
Exactly. It's got to be worth a go. It's got to be worth a shot.
At one stage, Leeds was 6 to 7 points clear of Leicester and Nottingham Forest, and their clubs have virtually caught up with Leeds. Yeah, I know. And it wasn't that long ago we were saying how poor Nottingham Forest were. Do you know what I mean? And they're not the same points as us.
Yeah.
They've won the same amount of games as us. So what does that make us?
We're in a relegation battle, my friend.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. And I hate to say this, and I don't want anyone to run away, but come 4 o'clock, we could be at relegation places in relegation zone. That's scary. That's really, really scary, Malik. My thoughts exactly, Hermione. A deer in the headlights when I look at him.
How do you think it's going to pan out, Stu? What's your feelings? Do you think he's fighting for his job, or do you think he's looking to get out? Or
I think he thought he was going to just walk into the Leeds United job, and everything will be rosy. And
right.
He knew that he was going to have a tough first season. He avoided relegation. So I thought this season he thought he was going to be cushy. But it's turned out not to be. He's fist pumping to the crowd when we lose 1-0 to Arsenal. He runs down tunnel after the Leicester game. I think I've always said he's a bit arrogant and cocky. Yeah. I've always said that about him, but his manner has changed in his press conference.
You play teams like Arsenal, you can play a full strength team. You can make some top notch substitutions because at the end of the day, you know you're not going to win.
Yeah, pressure's off him a bit.
So you make the fans happy by playing your top side. They give it a go, and fair enough. The fans weren't expecting anything from the Arsenal game. So he can start his fist pumping. When it comes to the lower teams, this is where Matedi comes in. He starts putting weakened sides out. He starts making stupid substitutions. Because I still think he's chasing the sack. But he wants his payday. He don't want to walk because he won't get his payday.
He signed a long-term contract, didn't he? A 4-year deal as well.
Hey?
4-year contract, I think he's on.
I think we could see him. I think we could see him get sacked today if we lose.
Wow.
That's my thoughts. And everybody will be happy. Everybody will be happy. Then the fans will be happy. Marsh will be happy because he's got his payday. His wife will be happy because she can go back to America. That's just my mental thoughts at the moment. Just working overtime.
Marsh selects the team, tells them what to do and where to be on the pitch, etc. Any diversion and they are dropped or moved on, players are powerless. It is on Marsh 100%. Michael Brown says, my fear is if Leeds get relegated, the club will lose the majority of players. And all that hard work and effort that got to the Premier League will be undone after 3 seasons. The club needs to keep the youth.
I don't think they'll lose the players because I think the parachute payment will, I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but the parachute payment will pay the wages basically. But I'm not in Russell's camp and thinking we're going to come straight back up. I don't think we'll come straight back up.
You see, I'm in agreement with you, and the reason why I'm saying that is look how long it took us to come up last time. It's just, Leeds United, right? No matter how, us Leeds United fans is about to say that Leeds are a big club. We've got the history of a big club, but we are acting like a big club, are we?
I mean. To contradict what I've just said, there's every possibility if we do go down that we'll lose all those international players.
Yeah.
So that's your Adamson, your Adams, your Nontos, these players. Meslier might go.
Green Screen says, is it true the 49ers and Peter Lorre are both expected to be at the game on Sunday? Because they will need to call a board meeting over Jesus' future.
Quite possible. I've not heard anything. I've not read anything, but it wouldn't surprise me. It won't surprise me.
All this nonsense about him getting a striker.
Not getting a
He was
striker.
given money and he chose the players who came in. If he wanted a striker, then he should have made that his priority, not the others he brought in. Yeah,
I disagree. I disagree with that. Sorry, Harmony. I don't think he was offered the money. Sinisterra, we're not paying for him till January. Nonso was bargain basement. I don't think he was offered the money. I don't think CDK was ever in the picture. I don't think Gakpo was ever in the picture. Dienga maybe, but he was a bargain basement. What, 10 million, 12 million? So I'm sorry, I disagree with that. I don't think he was offered the money.
you don't.
And the players that he did bring in, Rafinha and Phillips paid for them. I don't think Radrizzani were prepared to spend any of his Premiership money. But that's just my opinion.
And that's what we're all about. That's what it's all about, is opinions. Michael Brown, the Premier League is a brutal, bloody, unforgiving league, and the teams are not savvy. If the teams are not savvy with their recruitment, players and management, how they play and set up, clubs will be found out and struggle. Hermione says the ones who have come in have improved the squad. Can't fault that. Yeah. He has a better squad, but we are doing worse. That is a good point.
You see, we're all blaming Marsh. Have the players got to take some responsibility in this?
I still think it's
especially the strikers.
Yeah.
You can only win games by scoring goals. If we can't score goals, we're snookered. So they must have to take a portion of blame. You can't put it all on Marsh. I think a lot of it. I think it goes higher than Marsh, personally. I think it goes up to board level.
You see, and I talked to you about this off camera, Mally, didn't I? I said to you, I says, Victor Orta's partly to blame, but he's not fully to blame. And I'll tell you the reason why. He can only go into these negotiations with an amount what is being given by Razzali. If the club want £5 million more, Victor Orta in any position to say, okay, we'll pay it. He has to go back to Razzali, say, no, they want £5 million more. If Razzali says no, it's end of negotiations.
See, Victor Orta might have had his pants pulled down. Razzali might have says, yeah, we've got 34 million, going for CDK, stick it on the table and see what happens. And then you read in media next that Razzali didn't even have that money. So is Orta being fed false information?
Is he being made scapegoat? A bit like Bielsa last season.
No, I don't. It just all stinks. It stinks. It really does. And I think it's just all coming to fruition now. Razzani is not the good guy that everybody thought he was. He's just lining his own pockets like every other owner.
Dawson will save you in January, Stu, with my blessing, Stuart.
It could possibly do that, Darren.
I think he's better than Llorente.
He's better than Cooper.
I'm just surprised, Mally. If we get relegated, we could end up with the same players that we had when we got promoted, i.e. Forshaw, Titch, Cooper, Llorente, Bamford, Rodrigo. We could end up with the same players that we got when we were in Championship. After
just put Harmony's comment up. I can't quite make sense of what she's trying to say.
Right, he was given a budget, Mally. Right. He spent it on the ones they got. They were his choices. If he wanted to strike it, he should have got one instead of one or two that he brought in. That's what I meant. What she's saying is
the only budget he had was Rafinha and Phillips' money.
Yeah, but that's what she's saying. That was the budget he was given.
We have to replace them.
Yeah, but didn't we bring in Aronson,
Rocker, Adams,
Adams,
and Sinistera.
and Sinistera. So what she's saying is replace Rafinha and Phillips. You're still left with the free players, aren't you? Out of the 5.
So who do you drop then? Who do you not buy out of them for? If you want to buy a striker, you're paying 30, 40 million. So to work out the maths, you'd have to drop Adams, Rocker, Aronson and Sinistera most likely to pay that sort of money for a striker. So to me, the maths don't add up.
So what you're saying then, Mally, is instead of UA clubs where they say, right, you've got this much budget plus what you're making player sales, it would just you've got this much money what you're making player sales. That's it.
That's what it looks like. But I know what Harmony means by bringing a striker in instead of a.
But we needed a left back as well, Mally.
Eh?
We needed a left back.
Yeah, but in reply to Harmony, I can understand what she means when she says we should have brought a striker in instead of a midfielder, for argument's sake. But we're not going to get a striker for the same amount of money as a midfielder. To get a good striker in, you're talking 30, 40 million. In my eyes, we'd have had to forfeit both midfielders and maybe Sinistera or Aronson as well. I don't know. That's just the way I'm working the figures out. I don't think it's just a straight case of we shouldn't have got Rocker, but we should have got CDK because the maths just don't add up there.
What we're basically saying then is the board have been so tight by not giving Marsh the money to bring in the players he wanted.
I think we needed the players that he brought in,
plus
to replace the outgoings. But I also think we needed a striker. Everybody knows we needed a striker, and it didn't happen. We got Nonto, who Jesse Marsh doesn't seem to want to play anyway. But that's by the by. I wonder if we'd have got a good striker, would he have played him anyway? Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to say. I mean, I'm just a bit worried that we're going to go. We've left ourselves short, and if Leeds have got any intentions of stopping it, we're going to have to bring a striker in January. They've got no choice.
Just go through comments against you.
Villa wasted no time in sacking Gerrard after underperforming, and they have a stronger squad and more depth than Leeds. Good point they have. The USA guys have been immense. Tyler, Brendan on point. Yeah. Tyler Adams, Brendan Allison. Yeah. I also think Rocker's been all right, apart from his last couple of games when he's looked a bit. I think Rocker started to look a bit mad when he kept getting subbed.
Yeah, I think he just made that one mistake against Leicester and got hiked off.
Leeds need 2 strikers in the Bamford mould, better and faster. I just don't think the club will buy him. The club aren't willing to buy one, they aren't willing to buy 2. They're not going to buy 2, are they?
Nope.
We needed a left back and a striker. Reds has to take the blame. Boardroom battles have meant he won't invest.
Yeah, I agree with that, Alison. I think it goes as high as boardroom level. I think there's talks going on there between Radrizzani at 49ers, and he's just trying to get as much money out of it as he can now. But obviously, he's not going to come out and admit that.
Definitely needed a left back. West Ham waited 2 years for a striker. They are not cheap by all teams need at least 3, in my opinion. But all teams need 3 strikers. at least 3 in his opinion. I agree with that. You've got to have a replace. You've got to be, and especially when the new Bamford were already broken. You know, you only played 4 games last season. It's like it is like saying I have £100 to go get a skirt, a top, and some shoes and a hat, but I really needed a coat more for the winter because it was a priority. If I didn't get the hat and top loaned some instead.
So that's an option we didn't even look at. We didn't even look at loaning players. Now that could have made sense if he could have loaned 2 centre backs, or if he could have loaned a winger, and then bought a good striker. Then yeah, that would have made sense. But he couldn't. If he took the loan, he's out of the picture, and he just had the cash that it was dealt with. You can only do so much with that, with £80 million or whatever they had to play with, because they didn't even look at loan players.
I'm just watching. I've just been. I've got the Twitter page ready for team news in about 9 minutes. And I've just watched. Have you noticed something about our players as well? You know, when you watch them on Twitter, when it says the team have arrived and stuff, checking in and blah blah blah. They're all individual. They don't come as a group. There's like spaces in between them all. Now, is that because of the social distancing? I don't know. But there seems to be a space. But then again, I just see 2 people walking side by side. It's like they're not together.
They usually have the personal headphones on, don't they? So, you know, they maybe
but this game, I'd be saying to them, no personal headphones. We're going as a unit. We're going as a group. We show that we're togetherness.
It's just how it is, isn't it? It's just a sign at times. Could have had a decent coat. Yeah, exactly. You could have had a decent coat. But like you say, you wouldn't have got your skirt, your top, your shoes, and everything else that goes together. So you'd be bare naked, lady. Just walking around with a winter coat on. Flashing.
No one in the man should do that anyway, but no, wouldn't you? Would you look at bringing back Calvin Phillips on loan? No, because he's injured, Michael.
They're on about recalling Charlie Creswell, aren't
they? In January.
Yeah, because there were a recall put into his clause into his contract.
Well, he'd sort out the defence with, you know, as a third option to keeper or coach, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be Cooper, won't it?
I wonder if Pascal's back today.
Well, we've got 7 minutes for team news to come out, guys, and I share screen me.
All right.
When is the lineup announced? 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock green screen. 1 o'clock. Great comparison around it. I would like an umbrella that works.
Yeah.
Michael KP is injured. Yeah, he's not having best of luck with his injuries at Man City. Is he? He had injuries at Leeds, didn't he? Let's be honest.
It was a great bit of business for us.
And I think Rafinha's realising that the grass isn't always greener on the other side as well, you know.
Wow.
They really, really don't like him at Barcelona, don't the fans?
Really?
Yeah. Last I saw, a week ago, he'd made 1 goal contribute. He scored 1 goal. That was it. You know what I mean? So, Darren and I have lots of them. What colour do you want? Laugh out loud. Umbrellas.
So do you think Marsh is fighting for his job, or do you think he's anchoring to go? Am I off the mark here?
Before you put out planted that conspiracy theory chip into my head, I thought he was fighting for his job.
Right.
But now you say it, why would you make daft substitutions? No one in the right mind would take off the best players, would they?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Unless he were carrying a knock or something we didn't know about.
I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I want him to succeed, Mally, because if he succeeds, the team succeed.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
You know.
But if he's wanting out, he ain't going to want to go empty-handed.
No, well, that's like Leicester with Rodgers.
That's
They
right.
can't afford to sack him.
Yeah. So he ain't going to walk. He ain't going to walk empty-handed. So the next best thing he can do is make the board sack him. I mean, it's not going to do.
But he will look good on his record, will it, being sacked after?
Well, that's right. It's not going to look for his CV, but he'll still get a job. He'll still walk into a job. The thing is, if he never worked a day in his life, he'd be comfortable for the rest of his days. You know, if he never worked again, but he'd walk into a job.
Darren says, surprised you asked Armani, love. It's claret and blue. Claret and blue umbrella. Hey, I'm just. There's no green screen. Do you think we will get something from the game today?
We better do. We better do. We're in trouble if we don't. Don't want a point.
Mitrovic worries me to death.
Yeah, the point is no good.
You know, Mitrovic's record against Leeds is pretty good. But saying that, so is Bamford's against Fulham.
Fulham's form worries me to death.
I know. And, you know, Marco Silva, who do you think's got the better manager now? Marco Silva or Jesse Marsh?
On paper, it looks like Fulham, doesn't
it?
He's getting the best out of his players.
Even if Leeds win today, they have Liverpool away next game, who will be determined to win after their Premier League, after losing to Nottingham Forest. Exactly. See, well, this season, it's weird. It's weird, is that table, how it looks. Weird.
When we play Liverpool, we'll put out if Marsh is still in a job, he'll put out the strongest team possible because he'll know he's not going to get anything out of the game anyway. So it just appeases the fans, keeps the fans on board.
It's laughing her head off. But yeah, look, we have to hope that he's going to get something from this game. We have to hope for Leeds United's benefit, for the club. You know, the club's bigger than Jesse Marsh, and we've got to get behind the club. We've got to get behind them. We've got to get behind Leeds United, haven't we? Don't matter who the chairman is, who the manager is, we've got to get behind that badge.
Let's see what the lineup is, and then we'll have a better idea.
Do you think it's going to be a strong lineup, Mally, for this game?
No.
You don't?
No.
Fair enough. Well, we've got about 2 minutes to wait, but yeah, I think he's going to have to go stronger. I think he might have to change his formation as well.
Yeah,
I'm going for a
stronger side out just to please the fans. But my gut feeling is he might play Llorente and Cooper again.
No, Cats, I hope not, mate. I hope not.
I don't know, we'll see. We'll see in 2 minutes.
I think he'll go Koch and Coops.
Koch and Cooper.
Yep, I do. I think he will have learned. If he's got out about him, he will have learned from that game. You do not play Llorente and Firpo down left-hand side. I think he'll go Struijk, Koch, Llorente. Sorry, Struijk, Koch, Cooper, Rasmus. That's who I think his back four is going to be.
Okay, you don't think he'll stick with Firpo?
No, not after. No, he bloody better not. It's awful.
We don't know how fit Pascal is, do we?
Yeah, if we can play an half-fit Bamford, we can play an half-fit bloody Pascal.
Oh, it's 1300. Is it up yet?
Refresh page. Yep, it's up. I haven't looked. I'm going to share the screen so we can all see it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right.
What we got?
It's Meslier, Alien, Strike.
Ailing. Wow. Koch and Cooper.
Yep.
Rocket and Greenwood. What's up with Adams? Rodrigo up front. Now, would you say that's a strong team or would you say it's weak?
It's put right. So let's right. Let me make it bigger so everyone can see it. Right. Meslier,
So
Alien.
Christiansen's out.
Yeah, Christiansen. It's on benches, Christiansen.
Right, okay. So he's been dropped. Adams is out.
He ain't even on bench.
So he must be injured. And Bamford's out.
He's on bench.
Yeah. So Firpo's on bench. Llorente, Christiansen, Giabiclick, Somerville, Geltard, and Bamford. And I think that's a shit team.
He's got no Nonto.
No.
Ouch.
Why's he dropped Christiansen?
Alien, Strike. So he's going to have Strike at left back, Cooper and Koch as his centre backs, Alien as a right back.
Yeah. Rocket
Greenwood. Greenwood's getting his. Is this his first start?
Yeah. I mean, why? If Adams is out, why didn't he put Click in there instead of Greenwood? Harrison, Sinister at wingers. You got Aronson and Rodrigo. So it don't fill me with confidence, I must admit.
It's not a side you'd expect to get out from, is it?
What does the room think? Any comments? What do you think? Am I just being
I'm glad that he's dropped Llorente and Firpo, but I thought he might have gone with Bamford. He's not Rodrigo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Rasmus played his best two games, Arsenal, and I thought everything was looking up for him.
You'll most likely see Bamford getting 45 minutes. Can we see a shock and see if Mitrovic is injured?
You might have a look for you. Fulham. Fulham team news. No, he's on. Play.
It's on Willian. Cleaner. Docker Reid.
We've got a better starting lineup than we've got, Mally.
We've got a bloody better bench than we've got as well.
I'm good.
Vinicius Junior, is it?
Ouch. How come T-Lady in on bench? Might
She's
as well
injured.
be a man.
She's injured.
Well, ouch.
Yep. Anyway, we'll see. How many might get a wish by 4 o'clock? So you're right. I mean, the World Cup might be playing a part in the minds of some of the players.
The only thing that makes sense is the back five are all at least players, so each of them are inside out. Gonna miss Adams big time. No Adams and Rodrigo at number 9, hoping to still be in the game at half time so Bamford can come on. What is that? If someone says great team, we'll win today, and they'll still be whining. I don't know who that is. Peter Maurice. We all love Leeds. Out of our out of form team, as fans angry, shock. What happened to Granto? Wasn't he meant to be the lad that came in and sorted us out by scoring loads? Or was he just another last-minute panic buy? Adams has been one of our best players this year and completely out of the squad. Christian's with some form and dropped for a defensively awful Ayling. Who knows? He knows he's sacked, doesn't he?
He's hoping.
Where's Willie?
Leeds 2022. Reed's not a right back. I think they list them by the shirt numbers. I don't think they list them by the positions.
Yes, Amani, I think they are serving themselves. Reed is not a right back. We need to back the team. I agree with that. Leeds 2022, and that's what it says. We need to get behind the team. Hi, Amani.
Lee, you've decided to get out of bed.
Hi, everyone.
Lazy
bugger. He comes in at the end, doesn't he? Have you noticed? Must clear us. Leeds 2022, trust your well, mate. Hi, Lee. Where's Willie? I like that. Where's Willie?
Hiding.
Such a championship side, that, Jesus Christ. What the F does Geoffrey have to effing do? Oh, FFS, no S, no Tyler Adams. Is he injured? It gets worse and worse and worse as you go down.
He's not on bench.
That's not good, Marley.
Oh! I'm going to have a cup of coffee before I stress out and start throwing things at telly.
Yeah, well, look, guys.
Radio.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Let's hope Leeds can win. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I Sable Tim and Big Mallet. Hi, Leeds 2022. Hi, Young Lee. How's your fantasy team going this week? It's doing pretty well, I think, Darren. Leeds are a point worse off than last season, despite having a favourable fixture list at the start of the season. I agree with that. Harder fixture list to come, Liverpool, Tottenham on the horizon. And we've got to include Newcastle in that as well. Got to include Newcastle in that, you know. They're the two much flying and all.
I think you could put any team in it. Well, look, playing.
Thanks for joining us, Malik. Much appreciated.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
Thank you, everyone in chat, for joining us. You know, it's much appreciated, everybody. Only Wolf, you know, let's just get behind them. Get behind them, that's all I can say. Get behind them. Whether you like him or love Marsh, get behind that team if you go into the ground. Don't be booing us, don't be booing at half time or all. That's just going to knock the confidence even more. But yeah, difficult times at Ellen Road at Leeds United. Difficult times. Anyway, thank you for watching this edition of Disabled. Hang on a minute. Some more comments. Here we go. Bye, everyone. I see another Higgins has joined. Talk about fixing this league laugh out loud. Yeah, it's his son. It's Darren's son, Amani. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this edition of Disabled Team. There's only one thing left to say. It's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me, guys. Fingers crossed.